It's your boy Street Cred, 4K, all day, back like I never left. Listen, we got some more to get into. Big U pulled a bold move. And it leads me to think, if there was any hope for Big U, I mean any hope, facing 600 years, if there was any hope of him getting out, which there is none. There was none. And that's not me ever putting down another black man. I've just got to be truthful. There's no hope. But if there was any, I believe that he just might have tried to take that step towards that, or took 10 steps further away from that, given the time constraints. He just had court last week. 600 showed up. He's basically an in-person journalist reporter that shows up to these court dates to find out the real deal, and basically reports back to everybody. And basically, there was an argument between Big U and his lawyer, and Big U, because the lawyer waived the right to a speedy trial. Remember my last video, I said Big U wants that speedy trial, but the longer they take, the more skeletons they're going to find in that closet. And Big U don't want no more skeletons coming up out of that closet. And it makes things move that much quicker. Well, the lawyer waived that right, and Big U fired that lawyer. And then the lawyer got up in front of the judge and said he no longer wants to represent Big U. So now Big U is representing himself with a trial that's supposed to be coming fairly quickly, so that instead of everybody, which I said in the last video, accepting going to trial in next year, 2026, in May, I guess that trial is going to come up much quicker, which is this year, I think in a couple months. So basically giving Big U 2 months before his trial comes. He has 2 months to prepare, no counsel, waive that right. I mean, I don't know if he likes getting deep fried cooked Southern style, or if he truly believes that this is his only shot at a possible appeal based on a few circumstances or based on a few things that could happen. So, No Jumper covered that. Let's check that out.
I want it as soon as possible. So,
so just so I understand, so his attorney wants to waive the right for a speedy trial, but Big U wants the speedy trial.
Yeah.
And then they having a disagreement. Wow.
Yeah, right? So hence the disagreement got so crazy that Big U told the court, I want to go pro per.
What does that mean?
Like,
you're the attorney now, so.
Yeah, okay. So Big U told him, I want to represent myself.
Big U representing himself is crazy. Whoa.
In a speedy trial, which is not smart at all.
Is that going to be televised? We need that televised, bro.
Which
I don't think they televise in LA, but that would be crazy.
Right?
But I swear they televised O.J. Simpson. Or is it federal that they don't televise?
Yeah, maybe it's federal, right?
Federal, they've not put that on.
I'm not sure.
Because the O.J. case was...
yes.
I'm trying to see...
That's not
CTV.
Yeah. The facts.
All you young guys.
No, but though, so like the judge said, yo, Big, you might be, feel me, just a little emotional right now. So he said, yo, like come back in 2 weeks and let me know if you want to find a new representative or to go forward with your pro per. So Big U said that he's been in jail for a month and a half or 2 months, and he still hasn't received his indictment yet. So he's saying that this attorney is dropping the ball. Now look, if the attorney told the judge, take me off the case, I don't want to do it. You feel me?
Wow.
You feel me? And either. So now, I think Big U can represent himself if it's he has like 2 or 3 years to prepare.
Yeah.
But do you feel like he could do a speedy trial within like a month or two?
Nah, that's gonna go
and
left.
represent
That's
himself.
go left, man. That's a bad. I mean, hell, I don't know, but I feel like that's a bad look. You got to learn the whole law. That's a seriously complicated indictment. You got embezzlement, extortion. There's this murder. Like, bro, that's crazy. But
I guess nobody knows like the facts of what's nobody knows a defense better than you, right? Because you know what you did and what you didn't do.
Yeah, but you think that you know the defense, but then you don't know the law. You think, oh, I didn't do that shit. I'm gonna just say I didn't do nothing. And it's like, bro, that ain't how the law works. You need to know the law to learn to how to get around the law.
Exactly.
That's
that
true.
would be a terrible idea if
what do you think, Remo? I feel like
But the theory though,
we kind of on both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
I think Big U need to get with his son and get another attorney and get some more lawyers. Like, there's no way in hell y'all ain't got no money over there where you can't just hire somebody else. Because if you think you finna go in there and represent yourself, you cook. 100%.
His son is a top 3 linebacker. His son is a top 3 in tackles in the NFL. So like his son, he's still on like his like rookie deal, but he's up for a new deal in 2 years. So his son is about to get paid potentially like $80 to $100 million. So like he can. Which is why I'm saying, bro, just like stay the
80 to 100 mil. Is that how much they be paying?
Yeah, bro. Like
for certain positions in the NFL. Bro, that's a big position.
No, bro. Roquan Smith got like 80-something million. You feel me?
From the Eagles.
No.
Oh, he went to Baltimore.
Yes. Bears to Baltimore. Yeah. No, but the people are saying, well, this is what the street aficionados, because I'm not a street dude, they're claiming Big U is running the play. Again, and they're claiming that like when Big U keeps on saying, I never received my indictment in court and over again, and he's trying to set up an appeal for ineffective counsel.
How's that even possible that he ain't received his indictment? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
so insane. Right. So they're claiming he's trying to set up an ineffective counsel appeal, and also too, they're claiming that if you're somebody who is like representing yourself, you get access to like confidential informants. You get access to, but I don't feel like that's true, right? Because like, if your lawyer is like representing you, then shouldn't he also get the same thing that you will be getting if you're right? So like, I don't feel like, but the street niggas are saying that Big U is doing this to identify who's telling on them and to also like push for the ineffective counsel appeal if you do like lose the case, which means like, why even like go down that route? Like, why not just hire somebody who can represent you properly?
Maybe that bread's not what you think it is. Maybe he's having a hard time.
His son is in the NFL.
They locked down all of his money, right? All this extortion, embezzlement. They probably locked down all of his funds.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he probably got all his accounts shut down.
He's trying to set the stage up for ineffective counsel. It's going to be really, really hard to do. It's not going to be as easy as Big U thinks to do that. I mean, we're talking about him possibly going to a speedy trial in 2 months. Preparation for that. I mean, there's some ways he could prep in 2 months, but I'm not sure they got AI in there. But if he had AI in there, he could do a prep in 2 months. It could actually happen without a counsel. I've seen some very dangerous things happen using AI in the court systems and making things happen. However, the judge actually going through with this, any judge, appeal judge, whatever the case, not likely. Not with this kind of thing involved. Not with the feds involved. Now, there's even 2 things happening here. One, Big U is working with the feds, and the feds told him, this is what you do, and this is how we're going to make sure it goes through. Not likely. Or 2, this is all real, and he believes this is what could happen. I personally still think that he's deep fried, cooked, Southern style, with all the fixings on the side, and it's going to be served up on a platter. Don't know if he'll fully get 600 years, but it's going to be more years than any of us have on this earth, I believe. I believe that is the truth. When you are when they consider you a crook, they consider you a criminal. When they consider you, especially as a black man in this country, and they consider you a threat to the people, to society, they try to lock you under the cell. They try to lock you under the cell, under the dirt, next to where the roots is, if there's any roots down there. They try to lock you down under there. And so that's apparently what the update is. He fired his attorney. They got into it. He did it because the attorney waived the right to a speedy trial. It's not what Big U wanted. He's claiming that he never got served his indictment. And so he's saying for those reasons, his lawyer is incompetent. So he's trying to set the stage for ineffective trial and trying to find out who the key witnesses are and who is telling. He's trying to find out who's snitching. And he believes that if he does this, that he's going to find out all those details by representing himself pro per. So what I did is I did some digging, because that's what I do. And I talked to Chat to find out what Chat thought about that. And Chat has been known to deliver some very reliable results. And this is what AI got to say about it.
Here we are in Chat GPT. And we're going to ask it the basic questions. Can someone actually appeal a conviction based on ineffective counsel if they claim they never got their indictment? Does that argument even hold up legally? If someone represents themselves in court, do they really get access to more confidential information than an attorney would? Shouldn't an attorney be able to access the same discovery materials as a self-represented defendant? And here we go. Let's see what AI has to say about it. And first question answered. Can someone actually appeal a conviction based on ineffective counsel if they claim they never got the indictment? The answer is yes, it's possible. Failing to receive an indictment could be used as a basis for ineffective assistance of counsel claim, but only if the defendant was entitled to an indictment, e.g. in a federal felony case, like Big U's. Their attorney failed to ensure they received it, and that failure prejudiced the defendant's case. It affected the outcome or ability to prepare a defense. 2. Does that argument even hold up legally? It can, but not automatically. The court would examine whether the failure to receive the indictment actually occurred, whether it was a result of attorney error, whether it harmed the defendant's ability to defend themselves, if the indictment was provided but not understood, or if the defendant waived it knowingly, the claim may fail. 3. If someone represents themselves in court, do they really get access to more confidential information than an attorney would? No, not typically. The idea that self-represented defendants get more access to confidential information, e.g. informants' identities, is a myth. Courts limit access to sensitive material regardless of who represents the defendant. In fact, pro se defendants may face stricter limits, especially regarding classified, sealed, and privileged materials due to security and safety concerns. So that debunks what the streets are saying, thinking that he's trying to do an ineffective counsel to get access to people's paperwork to find out who's telling on them. That's not true. 4. Shouldn't an attorney be able to access the same discovery materials as a self-represented defendant? Yes, absolutely. In fact, attorneys are usually in a better position to access full discovery due to their knowledge of legal procedures, their ability to file motions and compel evidence, professional access to evidence withheld for procedural reasons. If a pro se defendant somehow accesses material the attorney doesn't, it's often because the defendant was granted direct review rights under unusual circumstances, not because they had greater access by default. And there it is.
So, as you can see, it says that, yeah, anything's likely. But it's likely one day pigs could fly. But the truth is that it's not really feasible. According to Chat, it's very unlikely that something like that could happen, especially in his condition, especially when you got murder attached to it. I think that Big U is still deep fried cooked, Southern style. I don't think that he's coming out of this. I think they still gonna bring something else out of the woodwork. Whatever loose cannon is loose lipping about in there, that's gonna come to the forefront. Who knows what else is going to come out once they bring these key witnesses that are in fear of Big U ever seeing the light of day is going to say. So that's the update. Big U is still deep fried cooked no matter what he tries to do, no matter where he tries to go, and now we might be going to a speedy trial. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments if you think that his appeal based on setting the stage for an ineffective counsel could work. AI saying it ain't gonna work. I believe that it ain't gonna work just from my experience and being close to things like this and hearing about things like this and my research. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. This your boy, Street Cred, 4K, all day. Make sure you continue to check in, keep tapping in, and I'm gonna keep bringing you the truth.